Hello, everyone, and welcome to the chat room with Ig and Tosin.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
You thought we were gone, right? But we're back. Who told you we'll be back?
Can't get rid of us that easily. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have a special for you this week. We know it's the month of love and the week of love. And we thought it would be a good idea to just do something just to keep you this week. It's Valentine's Day. And so today we'll be talking not a lot, we'll just just a few nuggets for you. We're going to be talking about what's love got to do with it. Yes. So, everyone knows February. The shops, everyone is starting to everyone is getting red with, colors and flowers. And so
being oppressed on the gram and other social media platforms.
Yeah, because but the funny thing is, I've come to realize over the years that it's not really about you being single or married or your status, your relationship status, because there's some people that they're single and they're just because of Valentine's Day, they're like, I'm in a relationship, they put that on the status just because of Valentine's Day. But I think, the topic of today is what's love got to do with it. So tell me, Tosin, what do you think?
I think like what you said, February, that is when a lot of people go into depression, I think.
Peer pressure.
Depression, I think, is because of the like you said, peer pressure. If you go on social media from the Valentine's Day season or the day, what a lot of people do, it's not celebrating love, is to show up somebody else that this is what I got, this is what I got, this is what. But I always say with social media, you take it with a grain of salt. Half of the time, it's just them hugging their pillows and crying into their ice cream. So, but I think looking at it, like where we say, what's love got to do with it, is what is love? Valentine, love should not be celebrated on just one day, in which all you get are roses, chocolates, and then everybody shows off, this is my gift. This person is like, oh, why didn't you get me this? It now becomes...
But what happens after? What happens after
the 15th? What happens?
What happens?
It's now...
If you were fighting and having arguments and before, Valentine's Day is not going to stop that.
Oh, no, you pause. So Valentine's Day, you pause. Whatever issues we're having, pause. Get me, this is my list, blah, blah, blah. Take a picture, give me pancakes, give me this. Then on the 15th, we continue our issues. Yeah. But what I've realized is a lot of people, because I was thinking about a lot of people do not love themselves. Because if you are secure in yourself, okay, yes, you're single, but
yeah, because if you're lonely as a single person, you're not going to feel that void when you get married.
That is the thing. Until you are self-fulfilled as a single person, another person is not going to fulfill you.
They're not going to fulfill, and I think it's unfair for you to actually think you're going to look at your spouse or the other person for fulfillment, to complete you. No. You come into a marriage, into a relationship, 100% and 100%. Yeah. You're not saying, I'm coming in looking for this person to make me happy, looking for love to complete me. Yeah. I'm married. And so I think I can say this. I'm not saying this for everyone, but I just realized that, if you're a lonely person when you're single, the probability of you being lonely as a married person, it's high.
Yeah. It is high. And like I was saying, self-love, because I realized we are our worst critics. And because I was thinking, I watched something, and it was a famous person. She was talking with a psychiatrist, and it made a lot of sense. He said, we are worse. The things we say to ourselves, we can never say to other people. And you now realize, and there was something that this thing just came that to test this hypothesis, strip yourself, remove your wig, your makeup, stand in front of a mirror for 5 minutes and to look at yourself and tell yourself, I love you. It is hard because of the first thing you see are faults. Oh, look at my pouch. Oh gosh, look at my arms. Oh God, I'm so ugly. See my nose. And what the lady said was she looked for the cutest picture of when she was a child. She put it in front of the mirror. So whenever she was harsh, she was like, this is the person you have been harsh to, this child. And I realized that until you love yourself and realize how much, I think you can't love yourself until you know how much God loves you.
Yeah, there's something I was listening
it.
to. Yeah, exactly. Listening to recently, and a pastor was talking about how receiving love, because there are people like you're talking about being your harshest critic. Love is beautiful. Love is amazing. Love is great. It's amazing. It's the biggest deal. But what's even more is who you are. There are some people that they can't receive love. You're talking about the love of God, and maybe some people are just like,
I think the issue is a lot of people don't think they deserve love.
You don't.
It's a warped mentality, because if you think about it, social media, television, books, novels have given us a warped ideology of what love is. Love is more than that. It butterflies. Of course, butterflies are there, but when those butterflies are gone, then it's now a choice.
Isn't it?
You're like, okay, you do something. I might not like you right now or like what you've done, but I love you.
I choose to love you.
It's a choice. And that's the thing because people are like, oh, the butterflies were not there when I saw him. Oh, I didn't swoon. So that means, but love is a choice. And until you look like, but until you realize, I think until, like, God is love, the whole epitome of love is God. And then it's now like letting yourself know that, okay, God loves me. I am a resident. I should be. He loves me so much. He gave. If I was the only person, Jesus would still have come to die. So therefore, I'm deserving of love. A lot of people don't think they are deserving of love. Maybe things they've done in their past, and they're like, I don't think I deserve love. But if you open your heart and say, okay, you know what, God loves me. And what I can do in this season is, whether single, married, or in between, is express his love and show his love to others. So instead of you there crying,
you're like crying and everything. I mean, the last thing everybody wants to do right now is like express. But it's still the same thing we're talking about. God is love. His love is beautiful. If you don't accept his love, you can't. You can't
share his love.
You can't share it.
It's what you have, you can give.
You can share. As a single person, as a married person, someone in a relationship, someone dating, if you don't receive God's love, you can't be. The purpose of love is to make you love. The purpose of you receiving love is to make you become love. So that's what I've learned recently, that is the purpose of love. If you can't, it said perfect love cast out fear. If you don't receive love, you're unable to love. So as a single person, as a married person, so love has got a lot to do with it, but you also have a lot to do with it. So you can be it's Valentine's Day, get depressed, get frustrated. You don't have to.
The question would be, why are you frustrated? Is it because of, if it's I always say social media, a lot of people need to fast off social media. Just uninstall it, especially during this time, because from the 15th, and the funny thing is how, if you look at how it works, from the 15th, Easter product starts coming out.
Yeah, they've forgotten about Valentine's, right?
You know what? This is the commercialization. That is the thing. Now it's all geared towards Valentine's, love, love, love. 15.
To evoke emotions, because emotions is what makes you buy stuff, right? So,
yeah. But what I would just say is, don't let the commercialization get to you. Don't let what people put on social media get to you, because you take it with a grain of salt. You need to love yourself. You need to be open to love until God loves me.
And trust love.
Pardon?
And trust love.
And trust, yeah, if you trust love, you trust God. And it's like, you know what? I am not going to put myself in a depressive state because of a commercialization of a day. And I think that is the issue, is the commercialization. Gosh, that is a mouthful. Commercialization of that day has made people do things just to be among the crowd, or I've got to post it on the social media platform. Why? Not because of I might have to bear with this guy or this lady just for that day, so that I would not be
alone
that day, and I'll post it on the gram, I'll post it on any social media platform, see what this person. But at the end of the day, what is behind it? People don't see. I always look at what is. They're smiling, like my mom used to say, suffering and smiling. They're smiling, they're wearing matching clothes, they're flying across. But what was the price that was paid for that?
I'm saying that's really it's the least significant thing, because it's not really about love. It's about you as an individual. Because what are you're seeing things that are going around social media, and then I know someone who used to go Valentine's Day. She treats herself. And that was something I learned as a single person. I treat myself, maybe go to the cinema on my own. There's a time I traveled alone to Paris. It's not really for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I think you can be a married person and be lonely.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very, and we've seen it over and over again. You can be a married person and you don't think you're not receiving what you want from your spouse. There's some people that on Valentine's Day, the spouse are not with them. Maybe they've traveled for work. But I'm just saying that check yourself. Be content where you are. Be content with God's love for you. Single. So I'm not speaking to a group of people. I'm just talking generally. As a lady, as a man, as a young person, an older person, because everyone goes through challenging times. So you're not going to put your faith in someone. You put your faith and your hope in God. And when you receive God's love, you're able to love through any situation. You're able to love anyone. So what's love got to do with it?
God. That's it. God, because God is love. So what's love with it? It's like focus. Like I just say, you have to be completing yourself. And the only person who can complete you is Jesus. That's why you cannot be dependent. No other man can come. That's not their job.
Yes, that's not their job. And it's unfair for you
to now that on that person. I'm like, okay, I'm married, but why do I still feel the same way?
Exactly. And you start resenting. It's easy to start resenting the other person.
Yeah. And it's not like, no, that's not how it works. You have to be self-fulfilled. And the fulfillment comes from, that's how I say, you have to be open to love. Past heartbreaks, past mistakes that happened should not harden your heart.
Your heart.
God's love. We're not talking about men's love now, because until that heart is, he said he mends and heals broken hearts.
Exactly.
So maybe this day brings up disturbing memories. Just focus on, meditate on his love. God loves me. He loves me. He loves me. He loves me. Regardless, he loves me. When the thoughts of condemnation come, God loves me.
God loves me.
Yeah. He loves me. He loves me. By the time you open yourself to his love heals. And then you are open to his love, you are able to receive love. Then from there, able to dispense love.
Dispense love.
It might not be, Valentine's Day, like, okay, I'm going to share his love to people. A lot of people do not know about him. They think he's an angry being waiting with a huge stick to hit their head. They're like, no, that's not who God is. So that's what we're saying. What's love got to do with it? God is love, and you should be open to his love. Be receptive to his love. Love yourself because of
yourself. Love yourself. We're not saying on Valentine's Day, of course you can go out with evangelism.
Yeah, you can, of course. Why not?
You can go out for evangelism.
Season.
We're not saying, Valentine's Day, go out for evangelism. Don't think about, no. I mean, if someone, you can go out for fun with friends, or just treat yourself. Go have a nice meal, or
go and preach the gospel.
I'm going to preach the gospel or spend the time in prayers.
Yeah, it's everything in season, out of season.
In out of season. But the thing is, love is not just for that day. It's not just for the day. Married people, if your husband or your spouse hasn't given you a gift on that day, it's okay. You can receive one on the 15th of the month.
It will be cheaper.
But we're just saying all this to say, God loves you. You should love yourself. You're worth it. Don't just wait to be loved on the 14th. It's more than that. Love is so much more than that.
Love is all year round. 365,
365. When you treat yourself right, you're able to accept someone else treating you right. Because many times people who don't love themselves or treat themselves right, even if someone says I love you, you're like,
really?
Really? And you don't trust the love, or you can't accept the love. So it's more than saying, oh, I just want to be loved.
Or do you really want to be loved, or just want to post the pictures? Yeah, because always the motive behind it.
Yeah, there's motive behind it.
So if on that day it is a triggering day for you, shut off all social media apps.
And focus on yourself.
Focus on yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself. Like she said, treat yourself. Love yourself.
Be happy.
There's only one of you. When God made you, it was just like perfection. Can't add anything else. So then why allow a day
determine exactly
determine your worth? Yeah. Don't allow a day to determine your worth. Yeah.
Yeah. You're worth more than that. A single person, you're worth more than that. A married, in a relationship, looking over it.
on a shaky ground, sandy.
You're worth more than.
You're worth it. You're worth it.
You're worth it. And I hope you had fun. We just had a quick one. We said, let's see what's love got to do with it. So tell us in the comments what you think. What are you doing for Valentine's Day? You tell us. What's your thoughts? What's your opinion? What do you suggest? Hit us up on our social media platforms. And from Tosin,
I like to say, don't let anybody or any day determine your worth. You're worth it. Like I always say, you're worth it. God is love. And that day you celebrate him, celebrate you for what he did for you. So I'll just say, have a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful life. All our social media links will be shown on the screen. And you can send us some love as well.
Yes, and we're sending you some love. We love you. Bye.
Bye.